Hey guys, Neomis here. So for today's video, Arsenal versus Vitoria. Arsenal win 3-2. And I thought now that the game is over, commentary is done, I thought I'd give you a little bit of my thoughts on the game. Now, if you didn't get a chance to see it, do watch the highlights on YouTube, check it out on TV if it's still on by the time that you watch this video. But it's one of these games where, it was a definite nail biter. Overall, Emery did what he typically does in the Europa League, almost a full switch of the side that played within the Premier League against Sheffield United. The only difference is that we saw Lacazette start in this game, which he got some very good minutes in the game to help him get back up to kind of full speed. But besides that, we got the typical Europa League side. So in defense, we had Bellerin, Mustafi, Holden, and Tierney. In goal, we had Emi Martinez. Then in midfield, we had a combination of Lucas Torreira and Joe Willock and Maitland-Niles. And then up front, we had obviously Lacazette and Gabriel Martinelli. So overall, a pretty strong side. You would have thought, especially when the game started, at least I thought it was a pretty strong side. I thought that this was a side that should be good enough to beat Vitoria. I thought, just looking at Vitoria's form before the game, you would have thought that Arsenal would have won this one like 3-0, 4-0, or even potentially 5-0 in this game, but it wasn't to be. And I would say for the first time this season, we saw our team, the Arsenal, as particularly in the Europa League, where all this season we've shown good form in the Europa League. We saw now where we had a really bad run of defensive lapses and defensive forms in this game. Now, I could not tell you the amount of times that it's either the defense or the midfield linking with the defense that just wasn't good enough in the game. So Vitoria scores on the first goal. Bit of an issue with Tierney that, at the end of the game, looking back now, I think that they do need, the coaching staff do need to work on that. Just Kieran Tierney was showed on the wrong side. He was more on the outside, trying to come on the inside to make the tackle, and he was never really going to get there, and it was always a difficult situation for him. And then when the cross comes in, it's just that we really don't deal with it properly, even though, you had Bellerin and Tierney and Holden being in pretty decent positions. We weren't able to stop Marcus Edwards, a former Tottenham player, from kind of getting the goal within the game. But that was something that, we needed to kind of resolve. And all throughout this game, especially in the first half, we saw nothing but chances from the right side and the left side of, Vitoria constantly making chances. They were constantly crossing in the ball. The first half performance was really, really bad. It just wasn't good enough. And it was one of those where I know everybody wants to say it's Emery, it's Emery, it's Emery. And you can make an argument that Emery does have a part to play in it, because what the players feel and their mentality towards a game, a lot of that comes down from the manager. And this is one of these games where in the first half, they wasn't even doing the basics. In midfield, probably was the biggest problem overall. Part of the reason why, they managed to get a lot of chances is that you had the likes of Joe Willock messing up some chances and losing the ball within midfield, or lots of wayward passing. Then you had Lucas Torreira not really kind of busting a gut to kind of get back in that first leg. I guess he was kind of asked to play a lot further forward, which, again, I understand why Emery's doing that. I just don't like it. I feel as though Lucas Torreira needs to be in defense, or CDM. I don't like him further forward, but nevertheless, And then you had Maitland-Niles, which I feel sorry for this guy. Like this is a guy who I really wish he had learned how to just improve the defensive side of his game, because even though he's not playing a right back and he's playing as a central midfielder, even in central midfield, you still need players to track back and work hard and provide that defensive solidity. And he really gave none of that. And I've been on Twitter for the past couple of hours arguing with people, mainly about Mesut Ozil, but just generally in regards to like Maitland-Niles on our midfield, and it just wasn't good enough today. And because the midfield was so disjointed, this affected the attack, which meant that Lacazette and Martinelli both had to drop back a lot of the times to help back defensively. They had to drop back a lot of the times just to be able to get the ball and attack to try to do something within the game. So first half wasn't that great, but you know, the good points about it was that we did manage to score a goal. Excellent cross by Kieran Tierney. He definitely made up for that error in the first half by delivering a good cross. That again, Gabriel Martinelli scoring another goal. Like, I mean, I thought Martinelli was going to be a talented player. I really did. And I knew, you know, he's probably going to be playing Europa League games as well. But I never thought he would have been like this. I mean, Martinelli is showing that he's going to be a top player. I mean, and if you do get a chance to watch Robin Van Persie talk about Martinelli on BT Sport here in England about Gabriel Martinelli, he's comparing him to himself. And, you know, say what you want about Robin Van Persie, but Robin Van Persie was a very good player for Arsenal, for Manchester United, and just generally overall. And Van Persie said, well, when he was 18, Martinelli's age, he was on the wings. He was there still learning the basics. You know, still learning how to make the right runs, still learning how to do, you know, the various different basics that you need in terms of attacking football. Martinelli already has that. He makes good runs, he can dribble the ball, he's quick, he can hold the ball up, and he scores goals. And you should see the smirk on Van Persie's face. Van Persie knows, you know, he's going to be a top player. And to be honest, I think so too. I think Martinelli is going to be a top player for us. I think, you know, he's probably going to be the next striker that we're starting with. And don't get me wrong, I think Eddie Nketiah has a place, but I could see Martinelli being like the main guy. I really do. Like he's that good and scored a fantastic goal within the game. Now, as the game went on, like, I mean, second half a lot better, but still defensively just not being switched on. That midfield not tracking back, losing the ball in midfield. Again, it was another sign, and we still making the same mistakes. And then they score again with a second, which I think definitely took us by surprise. So Emery, like a good manager does, Emery decided we're going to make changes. So I know at halftime we brought on Danny Ceballos and Guendouzi. They provided some a little bit more solidity and provided a lot more verve in the game. I thought that Willock didn't have a good game, and definitely Maitland-Niles didn't have a good game today. But then most importantly is Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe, ladies and gentlemen, has arrived. And what a goal. What 2 goals that he scored. Absolutely brilliant goals that he scored in this game. The first goal, fantastic. Again, curls it from outside the box into the bottom left-hand corner of the goal. The Vitoria goalkeeper had no chance. But the last kick of the game, a free kick to the Arsenal. And in a pressurized situation, for a player who is struggling for confidence, to be able to do what he did tonight, I got to give you a round of applause for that. Like, on my Twitter feed, I have, he's arrived. Stand on your feet. because Nicolas Pepe deserves all the plaudits in this game. Absolutely brilliant. Got 2 goals in the game. So happy for him. Now, hopefully, this is the start of him scoring more goals and getting more chances and delivering a lot more. I know now this would put him on 3 goals across all competitions for Arsenal. I think it's 3 and 3 right now. 3 goals, 3 assists across all competitions for Arsenal. So overall, a pretty good game, or more than a pretty good game for Nicolas Pepe. And for me, he has to go down as kind of man of the match in this game overall. But Arsenal had lots of chances. Mustafi had a couple chances as well. Holden had a chance. Martinelli had a couple chances, but it was a real tight game, and Vitoria had lots of chances as well. And you know, if they were a better side, there's no reason why they couldn't score another goal or 2 in this game. So it's one of those where we need to work on the defensive stuff. Like beyond a shadow of a doubt. You know, Martin Keown afterwards was talking about, you know, the drills that they need to do within the midfield and the defense, because that's really the key issue. Like, what is that defense supposed to be doing to make sure that the defense isn't dropping too deep, so then means that we're not being put under a lot of pressure? These are things that we need to kind of identify. But you know what? We got a win. That's now, 9 points. We probably only need another 3 to really kind of guarantee that we're going to be going through to the next stage, which, to be honest, I had no doubt about it. But guys, let me know your comments below when it comes to this game. What did you think? If you were like myself, nail-biting moment, yes, leave your comments below. And if you were one of the people there on Twitter giving me shit because I was trying to defend the Arsenal manager and to defend Emery, leave your comments below as well. Leave your comments below. And yeah, I will see you again next time. Peace.